Hi, kindergarten. We are here to do math today, and this is Mrs. Croshaw. We're working on adding within 10. So the numbers go up to 10, or our sum, the answer goes up to 10. And so we have been working on that this week with Mrs. Hicks, and I'm going to do today's lesson. So the first thing I want to do is have you, if you have your math workbook, open it up to page 107. That's 107. So if you need to pause, go ahead and pause while I get ready to screen share with you so you can see my screen and I can tell you about our lesson today. 107 is the math page if you have your math book. All right, we are working on adding within 10. And so today's lesson, we've been working with those pets all week. Today's lesson has fish, and rabbits, it looks like. So at the top left, we have 7 plus 2, 7 yellow fish plus 2 more blue fish. And so if we're adding to find out the answer, the sum, we need to count on. So we start at the 7 yellow. We know we have 7 yellow and we count the 2 more. So take your finger, touch the screen or touch it in your workbook if you have it. 7 and 2 more. 7, 8, 9. The 2 more make a 9. So go ahead and write a 9 there. If you don't have your workbook, you can write this on paper. 7 plus 2 equals 9. Beside that, we have the rabbits, 5 brown rabbits and 5 gray rabbits. So let's add 5 plus 5, 2 5s together. There's a couple different ways that we can do this. One, since it's 5 and 5, I like to use my hands. So if you take 5 brown rabbits for one hand and 5 gray rabbits in the other hand, and then put your hands together, how many do we have all together? 5 and 5 is a 10. That's another way to do that. We can use your fingers for adding. The last one with the fish, we did counting on. Let's go to the bottom, the other fish now. We have a 2 and a 7. This time we started with the 2 blue fish, and we add or put more with the 7 more. And so 2 plus 7. So we have 2, and now we need to count on. You can touch the fish to count them. Let's know that we already have the 2 blue fish. So let's start with the number 3 when we count those yellow fish. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 plus 7 is 9, or 2 plus 7 equals 9 is another way to say that. Then we move on to the rabbits at the bottom right corner, where we have 6 rabbits facing one way on the paper and 4 rabbits facing the other way on the paper. 6 plus 4. So we know we have 6. We need to add the 4 more. So we need to count on or count up from 6. So we know we have 6. And let's just count the other ones facing the other way. 6. Now we need to say 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. You can count the objects. You can practice counting on. You can use your fingers. There's a lot of different ways to do this. And then we go to practice by myself. If we were at school, we would have our counters. Since we're not at school and you don't have your counters, we're just going to color in the boxes for these. So this is a 10 frame, and then it has some reds plus some yellows equals 7 for the top one. So if we were at school, we would pull out 7 counters, and then we would take them in our hand, maybe shake them up, and then put them on your table and see what we have to make a 7. And so what we want to do right now is have you color in the boxes, or think about it. You can do this just on a paper if you have it. You can make your own 10 frame to make a 7, a way to make a 7. You could color all of them red. That's a 7, and 0 equals 7. You could color all of them yellow. That would be 0 plus 7 equals 7. Or you could color 2 reds and see how many more, count on to find out how many more you need to make a 7. So this is talking about something and something make a 7. Two numbers that make a 7. And we're trying to show that using colors and numbers. Under that, we're going to do the same thing with an 8 to make an 8. If we were at school, we would get out 8 counters. We would shake them, put them on the table, see what we have, how many of them are red, how many of them are yellow, and we would color and write to match. You go ahead and do that on a separate paper if you don't have your book home. If you have your book home, you can do it right inside your math workbook. If you don't, go ahead and make a 10 frame on a paper and then write the addition problem. Two numbers together that equal an 8. At the bottom, we're going to do the same thing with a 10. And the 10 will fill up the 10 frame. This is the first time we'll fill up the 10 frame and it will be all full. So if we were at school, we would get our counters and we would have some reds and some yellows, shake them up, mix them up, drop them down, see what we have to make a 10. And so that would be the lesson that we're working on, ways to make a 10. The other thing I have for you today is the word problems. The word problems are always fun to do. The first word problem says, a pet store has 5 brown dog bones on a shelf. So you might want to get up 5 fingers. They put 4 tan dog bones on the shelf. Pull out 4 more fingers. How many dog bones are on the shelf now? So we have a 5 fingers, and a 4 more fingers. Count how many that is all together. Count your 5 and 4. How many is that together? Yes, it's a 9. Let's see what's next. Problem number 2. The pet store has 4 big dog collars. You might want to get out 4 fingers. They also have 6 small dog collars. Now we have a 5 on the other hand and 1 more to make a 6. So we have 4 on the first hand. We need to make a 6 with the other hand, and we have 5 of them in the other hand, and then we need 1 more. So pull up that last finger on that first hand. How many dog collars are in the pet store? 4 and 6 together make what? Add them to find out your answer or the sum. 4 plus 6 equals 10. I hope you said 10. The next problem, problem number 3, says there are 8 dogs. So go ahead and get your fingers out to make an 8. When I do that, I usually use 4 on each hand to make my 8. You can do it differently as long as you have up 8 fingers. There are 8 dogs. 2 dogs do not look at me. So let's pull down the fingers for the 2 dogs that are not looking. So we need to put 2 fingers down or away. So you had 8, put 2 of them down. The rest are looking at me. How many dogs look at me? So we had 8. 2 of them were not looking. How many are looking, or how many are left? Count your fingers that are left. You should have 6. 8, take away those 2 is 6. So that is our math lesson for today. We're working on adding within 10. Keep practicing that. Think about that now and then. Think about that as you're doing things at home. What things are you putting together? We're adding when we're playing with pencils. You can have pencils and pull in some more pencils or crayons. You bring in some crayons and some pencils. How many is that all together? Practice counting on. All of those things will be great practice, and we will see you soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.